Well, here we are back. It's been a bit of a rough 4 days since I last appeared on YouTube, and it was a cold and a half. It was one of those awful ones, but I think it's breaking now. I've been in bed all day today again, and we've just about got to the end of it, I hope. And happy to be back with you guys. Hi Milan, good to see you again, and thanks for waiting around for me to get better from this awful cold. And sometimes you just cannot shrug them off. But I've had 4 days rest in bed now, and hopefully we should be up and running again. And it's a good day to come back, actually, because we could win the title here today. And we are top of the league, as you can see. We've been top of the league all season, pretty much. And we've played 33. We've got 77 points. We're 5 points clear of Atletico Mineiro. We have 5 games to play. Atletico Mineiro have 3 games to play. They can therefore get a total of 81 points. So 6 points today will see us crowned as champions, I believe. Sao Paulo can get to 80 points. So yeah, 6 points today and we will be champions. But will we get the 6 points? Who knows? You know what Football Manager is like as well as I do. And whilst we were looking unbeatable at the beginning of the season, I've not seen a run like that since Benfica did a clean sweep of trophies in FM22. And even that little loss didn't seem to matter. But it all started to fall apart around here. I did change the tactic, which has halted the decline a little bit. And we have kind of picked up in the last month since you've been away. You saw us lose in the final of the Brazilian Cup. Hey, Reckons, I've missed being here too. Miss you guys. And you saw us being beaten quite soundly, 4-2. That doesn't reflect how poor we are, actually. In the final of the Brazilian Cup, we beat Avaí 3-1 afterwards, and then beat Cremonese by 4-1. Vasco was a pretty poor result, a 0-0 draw. And then we beat Santos by 2-0. Corinthians, I thought we were going to win that one. But they came out and they gave us a game, and it ended up 3-3. It was a very good game. And Bragantino, we then beat 3-1, which has set us up with these 5 games to go. And today we could. I'll go Space Cadet. How are you, mate? And yeah, we could win the title. A good victory over Gremio and a victory at home to Botafogo will mean that we are crowned champions today. Gremio, tough team though, and our record against Gremio isn't that great. They're currently in 9th and Botafogo are in 13th. Normally I would expect to win these 2 games, but we are at the end of the season. Tiredness is setting in amongst the players, and it's going to take still effort to get our rewards. I'm pretty good. I'm still not quite right, Space Cadet. I'm actually still suffering a little bit. It was a cold and a half that I had, which completely knocked me out for 4 days. But I had to come back today because I just would forget how to do this if I didn't come back soon. So hopefully we'll get through tonight really well. And yeah, this is not going to be easy. In terms of the current injuries, we have none. So we have a full squad for a change, which is quite nice. And if we look at how the squad is done, you can see it's really cool. We deserve to be top. We have a number of players who've played extremely well. Number of players who haven't performed as I would have liked. Helinho, for one, who's going to be a superstar one day, but he will leave in the transfer window. But again, it's Kumalo who's top of the pops here. He has 43 appearances, 29 goals, 11 assists, 7.39. And then Pineda has also done very well. He's come in with 39 appearances, 32 goals and 2 assists, 7.33. Top assists goes to Pires from right wing back. 43 appearances, 17 assists, absolutely brilliant. And then Aguilera, 16 goals and 16 assists. It's been an outstanding performance by this team. They are a good team and they should be near the top. We were predicted to finish in I think it was 10th at the start of the season. I think the media underestimated us. Yeah, they still got us down as 10th, even though we can win the title today. So the media did underestimate us, and hopefully we'll go on and win the title today. And we can say, don't underestimate us next season. Hey, Tales of the Tape, just won your 2nd treble with Spurs. Oh, that's fantastic. That is absolutely awesome. I'm a long way from winning a treble in this save, I can tell you. A long, long way. In terms of the transfer situation, nothing really is happening. The window will open in a few weeks. And the board, because we have qualified for the Libertadores, the board are very, very happy. And they have set the budgets. And we have 13.5 million, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in Brazil, that can be a lot of money, especially if we sell 1 or 2 players. We don't really need to buy too many players. I think 1 or 2 coming in, particularly in goal, would strengthen the team. I don't really see that we have to strengthen, but just allow these young boys to develop, if we can keep hold of them, of course. And so that's the intro, and we have these 2 games to play. And I better check I'm in the right settings before we go on. Now, there you go. You see, match sounds was on. Everything else is cool. And so we'll go and play against Gremio. Can we win the title today? Defeat today won't necessarily mean that we won't win the title today, because the other teams will play, and if the other teams don't get results, then it could go our way just like that. He wants me to swap Kumalo to the advance forward. I don't want to do that. I'd rather play Pineda as the advance forward. And I don't know about this cautious. It's not something that I want to ever play. We're going to go balanced, though, into the game. And we will keep the system that we've been using as we have it. And we want to take the game to them, in essence. And we're going to play at the beginning with a high tempo and see what happens. I think it's a very, very good team that we have picked here today. We have William in goal, Abba, Marcos and Mustafa at the back, Pires, Naldi and Cipriano. Aguilera and Galarza is a very strong midfield with Naldi, and then Pineda and Kunmalo up top, the two top strikers in the league this year. You can see that my goalkeepers is probably where I need to bring someone in. I'll also probably bring in another good central defender in the summer. And I don't think I need to strengthen in midfield. I've got very, very good midfield players. Maxi Alves is also very, very good. He's been injured a lot this year. David is also a very, very good player, young player. Helinho will go. So we have plenty of cover in central midfield, and I don't really think that's where we need to strengthen. Defensively is where we need to strengthen, I think. So I'm doing a journeyman save, and I went from Sweden to Schalke in German, got my top 4. That's absolutely awesome. You guys are doing so much better than I am. Absolutely so much better. Although I have won 16 trophies in this journeyman save so far. So it's not to be sniffed at. We are still doing quite well. Sometimes I think the expectations on myself are too high. And I really need to just come off my expectations a little bit. I'm going to turn him onto his right foot. He's onto his left foot. I mean, he doesn't have the greatest left foot, and we'll just inconvenience him by doing that. And then the other right foot, and we'll hard tackle him. And so I think the assistant's pretty much got that sorted out. At the moment, I don't really feel like there's anything that we should do. Maybe right foot with these midfielders. We'll see how that works out. But we'll type Mark Mateus. And that's probably enough instructions for them. And I want to say, pick up where you left off last time. It was a very good result. And it set us up here for today. So go out there, play the game, and get the 3 points. That's what we want, is 3 points today. Grind it out if necessary. We don't need to be running wild here. Just grind it out. 3 at the back should be enough to see off this team. 3 very good central defenders there at the back. And hopefully that will be enough to see them off. But always Gremio are a threat to me. They're one of my bogey teams. And I do really, really struggle to beat Gremio constantly. And our press isn't really working, as from what I can see at the moment. And that is a very poor pass. And it always worries me when defenders do that and pass the ball across the penalty area. If I was a coach in real life, he'd get an absolute rollicking for that. They are passing it around our press a little bit. So I think what we might do is come off the press, conserve energy, because they are just passing around us. We want to back off a little bit, so that things like that don't happen. So we will come off the press. And we will just concentrate on trigger pressing. There's no need for us to press if they're going to pass the ball around us. It's always been a problem to beat this team. And hopefully today we've got a team out there who are fresh enough to go out and do it. Let's get a goal on the board, boys. I've got both wing backs attacking today. And hopefully that too is the right decision. I think they should be attacking. Yeah, both of them attacking. And we have our centre mid who is also attacking. We're going to get bodies forward as much as we possibly can. Create as many chances as we can. And we'd had one, but that was a pretty poor header. So come on, boys. 3 points here, and we're halfway there to winning the title. Oh, how nice it would be tonight to win the title. I think we will win the title regardless of tonight, but it will just be nice to wrap it up tonight. And then we can concentrate on playing some of the younger boys in the final games. That was a nice cross. That was a wicked cross. Pineda was just behind the play there and didn't quite get into position early enough, but that was a wicked cross. Perez, Cipriano, they've been absolutely brilliant for me at wing back this year. I don't want to lose either of those. There are rumours flying around, and that shot from Marcos flew over the bar. There are rumours flying around about Cipriano, people wanting to come in and buy him. I kind of I think if we win the title, he's going to want to stay. Try and win the Libertadores with us next season. One or two good signings could mean we put up a much better challenge in the cup competitions next season. But getting those signings right with just the little money that we have is what it's going to be about. We need to be doing better. We are allowing them too much possession, I think, and maybe it's a tempo thing. So I think I might reduce the tempo in a minute. Just bring it down. We've started at a high tempo. Don't have to play like that all the game. But nicely done by Naldi. Naldi's done well there. That's a nice ball, but I think he's offside. The referee's immediately got his arm up in the air. I do think he was offside. Hey, David, how you doing? I've got a funny feeling that was offside. It is disallowed. He looked about 2 yards offside to me. But, hey, Jake, good to see you, mate. Yeah, I was about right as well. He was about 2 yards offside. He was well offside. Good finish, though. Good finish. And so, intent that we want to go at them. I just want to control possession, slow it down in a minute, I think. Which might be causing some of our passes to go astray. It's too high paced. But again, it's a lovely pass to Kamalo. Into the box again. Can we get on the end of it? No, we can't. Comes out to Cipriano. We're starting to dominate the game now, though. And that's a poor clearance by the goalkeeper. He could have caught that. Here's Perez. Come on, Perez. Come on, let's get this goal we want. Nice pass to Abba. Naldi, who's been a surprise player for me this season. Very much a surprise. He's done very, very well. We had injuries early on. He stepped up. And he's put in some very good performances. And that should be comfortable for William. William and the other goalkeeper I have, it's hard to separate them, but neither of them are brilliant. And I wonder how we get stuck in. We shouldn't be. No, we're not. Because we're giving away a lot of free kicks out wide. It might be a function of the wing-backs closing down too much. Possibly. So we will tell the wing-backs not to close down so much. Just stand off them, wait to see what they do. We can cope with the crosses. We've got 3 very good central defenders. We can cope with the crosses. Hopefully. As Cipriano. Go on, son. And he scored. That is what I wanted. Perfect. Perfect. If we get 3 points here now, then it is going to, I think, be the title tonight. Cipriano, I was just talking about him. Him and Perez have been absolutely outstanding at wing-back this season. Absolutely brilliant. 1-0. And let's hold on to this, boys. I've had a few results 5-4s and things like that myself of late. There's been quite a few crazy results. After the update, I don't know what's happened. And we have given away a free kick there, have we? At least I hope we've given away a free kick, because he ran away from the ball. So it was a free kick. I am a bit concerned about the amount of free kicks that we are giving away, and perhaps one or two players need to be told not to tackle harder. That was almost feeding Kumalo in. Let's just check on Cipriano. No, he's not being told to tackle harder either. It must be in midfield, where I think these boys... No, they're not being told to tackle harder either. So I'm not quite sure why we are giving away all these free kicks. It's just that their timing might not be right. If, again, it leads me back to the high tempo. They're getting the timing wrong. But nicely intercepted by Galzara. Aguilera. Pineda's through. Go on, son. But he's not going to get there before the goalkeeper. Might have been better to play Kumalo as the advance forward. He does have a little bit more pace than Pineda. And I might switch them over at half-time. See if that makes any difference. I could actually ask them to rotate, to swap positions. See if that makes any difference. Pineda is through again. Go on. 2-0. That's what we wanted. You can't give that one offside. I think it was Kumalo to Pineda. Hey, Stefan. How are you doing? Hey, Mr. Twister. Good to see you guys. We're getting better. I've been in bed for 4 days. It was a cold and a half that I had. But what a way to come back. We've gone 2-0 up against Gremio. And now it looks like the title is on the way. What a lovely pass from Kumalo. You see, he's like such a tiny boy. He's so tiny, Kumalo, compared to the rest of the team. If you just look at him, he's got no size, physicality at all to him. But he is such a good player. Compared to the player standing next to him, he's tiny. And he's just... He always reminds me of a schoolboy. He will be like the schoolboy forever. Made his debut at just before his 16th birthday, I think, for Sundowns. Is Naldi going to be sent off here? No, got away with it. Why they are doing that, I don't know. Why their tackling is poor, I don't know. He's picked up a yellow card for that. So I don't like telling him as a DM to ease off the tackles, but I am going to tell him that. I don't want a red card spoiling the day. A day that has started really well. If we win the second ball now, brilliantly done. Perez picks it up. Abba, they look like they're in fine form today. They didn't start particularly well, but since Cipriano made it 1-0, they look like they're really in charge. Galazaro. Oh, boy. I think the better ball was to Kumalo, and Kumalo can do all that for you. But it's not over yet. Even 2-0 in FM, even 4-0 in FM is not enough. And as we saw in the FA Cup game yesterday, 3-0 is not enough in real life. And boy, oh boy, were Manchester United extremely fortunate. That would have been the complete embarrassment for the season. Oh boy. Hey CD, outnumbered, forced to bad decisions. Outnumbered, you're saying we're outnumbered? Outnumbered in what part of the field? What do you think? Say it loudly. Where are we getting outnumbered? What have you spotted? Outnumbered, the only place I can see is up front where they are passing the ball around the press. And I think we dealt with that. We came off that press. It was pointless. But in midfield, we seem to have at least as good. Oh, Galazzaro. Oh, for the hard tackling. Yeah, I mean, we are not a team. He's probably right, actually. We're not a team that are blessed with good decision makers. As you can tell from watching the highlights, often they take shots when there's a player free inside them. But at the moment, we are leading 2-0. I don't think we need to panic. And if we can get another one, Pineda, then we'll be pretty safe. I'm looking at Perez, who's on a 6.4. I'm just going to put him on a support duty for now till I decide what to do with him. He might be having a torrid time down that left-hand side, so let's put him on support, get him to calm down. Cipriano, on the other hand, looks like he was made for this game. So Perez, and he has actually already just picked up 0.1 of a point in his ratings. So maybe going too far forward, giving away fouls, trying to get back. And that is half time. And I'll take a 2-0 away at Gremio any day of the week. And you might be winning, but that could change, boys. Looked stress, Marcos. I'm happy with your solid defending. Now he's not so stressed. Keep going. And my attackers, you weren't that bad. Keep going. I'm going to just check with my assistant that the instructions are okay. I don't think we need to actually even do anything with those. I think we made some good calls before the game. And we need to go out in the second half, more of the same, and put this team away. I do need to be aware of second half syndrome. Again, another foul, and Perez is going to get himself in trouble here, is he? He's not having a great game. And he's like, what is he doing? Ease off the tackle, Sam. I might actually tell the team in a minute to stay on their feet. Yeah, I know that it's quite interesting. I often think I've seen ratings where a player's on a 6.4 and he's had a brilliant game. So sometimes they are a bit suspect. But I think it does it behind the scenes. It's the total amount of passes, interceptions, blocks. Pretty much like a fantasy football game works. It's behind the scenes, it totals all these things up. Perez is actually beginning to worry me that he might get sent off. So he might be one of the first substitutions. I don't want him getting sent off. I don't want Naldi getting sent off either. So we'll let it go for a little bit. But I don't know why we are fouling so much. And I actually haven't seen the opposition give us a free kick yet. Which is quite interesting. It's only us committing fouls. But at the moment, we are the better team. Clearly the better team. Not only in the score with the scoreline, but the way we are playing. We are much the better team. We're better up front than we are at the back. And now Kumalo, how did he find that pass? That was the craziest pass ever. He just volleyed it infield to Galazzaro. Where did that come from? He is a great player, Kumalo. One day he's going to score a spectacular goal for us. Probably from the halfway line or something. He's just such a good player. Perez, stay on your feet. That's better. We'll deal with that. You just stay on your feet. corner. So they are coming back into the game. I'm just looking for Pires. Pires is still only on a 6.5. He's had a torrid time. Could well be, but I don't want to go defensive as yet. I've put one on support, but I still want that other goal. And we are also getting ourselves offside as well quite a lot in this second half, but we're still absolutely dominating the game. So I really don't want to change anything as yet. I am relying on my 3 central defenders. They are very good defenders for this league. Very good defenders. So I am relying on them a little bit and trying to get the wing backs to create chances, which they've done. Cipriano has scored. This Pires has not played well today. They're really providing my width, these wing backs. There's a chance, Cipriano again. But also by attacking, you can see where Cipriano is a lot of the time. He scores a lot of goals for me, Cipriano. Scores a ton of goals. I want that 3rd goal, and then it's a case of hanging on to what we've got. I don't want to just allow them to come on to me at the moment and claw their way back into the game. That's what I don't want to happen. Cipriano is going to be substituted if I have a wing back on the bench, of course, which I don't. Yes, I do. I have Flamenco, and Maxi Alves can come on for Naldi. Both of those on a yellow card. And I think the rest of it can stay as it is at the moment. But those two were worrying me a little bit. And hopefully Maxi Alves, he's a very, very good player, should do a very good job for me there. Flamenco has been in extremely good form this year. If I was thinking of selling him at the beginning of this season, he might be one of my summer casualties. But I've got a place for him now. And that's okay. I would prefer him to try and stop the crosses if he could. But with 70 minutes gone now, it's difficult to see them getting back into this game, he says, as watching them getting back into the game. Nicely done. Oh, he just... That's the closing down thing I don't want them doing. Flamenco. Yeah, he's on less often. I don't need him easing off the tackles, though, do I? Nicely done. This 3 points will be absolutely valuable. Pineda! Oh! We should have buried this game. Who needs to come off? Who needs a rest? I think you can clearly say we've been the better team. Just haven't put many of our chances away. I am going to bring back Galazaro into a support role. Just try and be a little bit more defensive. Yep, I hear you. Yep, absolutely. But I actually don't feel like we are in trouble at the moment and that we need to be defending. Cipriano needs to come off as well. Let's make the last changes. I don't really feel like we need to be defensive at the moment. Get that 3rd goal, we'll kill him off. Riquelme can have a game there. Pineda is tired, so I'm going to play Perotti for Pineda. Now I will switch those over, and then got one sub left. Abba is on a yellow card, but we'll leave it for a moment. I just have why do I get this feeling we're going to get somebody sent off in this game? It's the highlighting of the yellow cards in the highlights is possibly why I keep thinking it. Definitely needed to take Naldi off and Perez for sure. And there is the third. And it's Camalo. Who else is going to put that in? It's Leandro Camalo. Absolutely stunning goal. And there's another example of these wing backs that I have there, like creating havoc in these wide areas of the penalty area. They score a ton of goals and they assist a lot. And now I think Gremio have fallen apart. I think they've just absolutely fallen apart. Again, it's the wing backs who are causing all the problems. And it just leaves players like Aguilera, Camalo in tons of space. And those boys can score goals. So we do have one more sub we can make. I've got two tired midfielders, haven't I? So maybe one of those needs to come off. Camalo's tired as well. But one of the midfielders needs to come off. Paraxides can come on for Galzaro. And I think we need to close the game down now. Let's just slow everything down a little bit. Let's go a bit narrower. And I'm going to just pull the lines back a little bit. We don't need to press so hard. And we'll just slow the game down a bit. They're not going to score 3 now. Now I will put these wing backs on, both of them on a support duty. And we'll just close the game off now. We don't mind that. Aguilera's had a good game, done a lot of running about today. Very impressed with him. Of course, Kumalo. Pineda had a very good game, tired himself out. It's just a case now of seeing them off. We've been totally dominant. Perotti, I think he wants to leave. And I've also got 3 players who are retiring. Boschilla is retiring. The fullback, Luis, he's retiring. Number of players who are actually retiring. Can we make it 4, boys? Can we make it 4? Come on! Let's show this league why we are on top of the league. Although beating Grebbia 3-0 away is a very good result for me. They are a bit of a bogey team, Gremio. Is that our ball, ref? I think he's giving it to us, hasn't he? Keep him down in the corner. So Aguilera. is very tired. Mustafa and Abba very tired. Kamalo's tired. Put in a shift, those boys. Those three central defenders are very, very good players. None of them were here. I think Marcos was here when I arrived. He was a young kid, but he's become a very, very good player. I've got tons of faith in those. But if I'm going to play three at the back next season, then I'm going to need to bring one more in. Go on, Aguilera. You deserve a goal, son. Oh, Kamalo! Oh. Space here. No, couldn't pull it back. But we're into the last few seconds now. They're not going to score 3 in 5 seconds. So the first job is done. And it is full time. The referee has blown his whistle. And we have beaten them by 3-0. That's a bit of a surprise. I'm very happy, actually, with the result and the way you played. And I think if we even a point in the next game, we'll win the title, because we have 56 goal difference and Atletico Mineiro have 29. So I think even a point will be enough, although Sao Paulo can get 12 points. No, so they won't be able to catch us. So 1 point is all we need, and we will win the title in the next game. So, is it on? Is it on? Kamalo, what a player. What a player. Absolutely brilliant. I'll be really sad. One day I'm going to lose him. And I'll be very, very sad. He's been with me pretty much since I arrived at Sundowns. And he's now 20. And he is such a good player. He got 5 years he's been with me. And I'll be very sad to lose him. But he will go to England, I suspect, even in the summer. He wants to play for Brentford, of all places. But that's his choice. I don't know why he wants to play for Brentford. Yeah, look, Leandro Kamalo has been head and shoulders above the competition. He's such a good player. And he's tiny. Maybe that will hold him back from going to the Premier League. He's absolutely tiny. Money talks indeed, David. But Brentford, you'd think he'd hang on till the likes of Liverpool or Manchester City come sniffing around. Brentford? But that's where he wants to go. Maybe he's got relatives in Brentford. I don't know. I don't think these guys have much that we should worry about too much. They're not very brave. Anticipation is poor. Technique is poor. Tackling is poor. They have got no pace, no acceleration. We play as we play against them. His stepping stone, yeah, could well be. That's what he's after. Chance to go and make a name for himself. I will be so sad if he actually goes. I think we have, what's the price on his head? 29 million. Where is he? Kamalo. 24 million, that's all is the price on his head. He kept wanting me to bring it down. But at the moment, Brentford are not interested in him. So that's pretty good. Brentford probably don't have 24 million. Marquinhos, what's he got? The Campeonato. Oh, is it the goal of the... Marquinhos has got the goal of the month. I don't remember this one. He's a central defender. So why is he getting goal of the month? That's Cipriano, not Marquinhos. Oh, Marquinhos Cipriano. That's the goal of the month. There have been some pretty poor goals then. Oh, Football Manager. How could you live without it, guys? How could you live without? You hate it and you love it, don't you? It's like this love-hate relationship. 26-year-old Redondo is... yeah, I mean, I'm not going to let him go lightly. Say it loudly, that's for sure. He's been wanted every summer, and we've held on to him so far. Possibly Tails, yeah, maybe he's trying to do what you Juninho did. Juninho, though, was older, wasn't he? Redondo, he's an absolute superstar as well. Shatin is injured. I'm not really too worried about him. He's one of the players who I think I'm more worried about him. He did get tired in the last game. Botafogo. It's a game we should win. I don't think I've ever lost to Botafogo. So I don't want this to be the first time that we ever lose against Botafogo. I have never lost against them, I don't think. I don't recall any time. And so, as a point will be enough, I do not want them. Who's away on international duty? Marcos, Pineda and Galazara. Now this could be problematical because it's decimating my central defenders here. Heidegger is gone as well to injury. So maybe I've got a problem at centre defence at the moment. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Kumalo, you notice one thing about Kumalo is he is always in this list. He is always in there. He trains like a dervish. Unlike these boys. Helinho, I understand he's not happy and he wants to leave. So we'll leave him alone. Oops, wrong one. He should be criticising him. He's probably wondering, what on earth am I on about? Should be criticising. That's because I'm yapping at the same time as doing this and not concentrating. Redondo, I think, is a good call. Pinedo and Camalo. But I'm going to keep them as this. And Redondo should come back in. He was out having a rest. So he can come back in. Super player, has had a great season. Brought him in. He was a 2.5 star in the team. He's now a 4-star. So in terms of his team presence, he has... now he's changed his mind. Galazara as the centre mid, Redondo as the box-to-box. Well, I'll go with what you say. Because you're better, Mr. Assistant, than I am at rotating this team. Much better. It's a big squad and I've got no idea what I'm doing. So Anderson Jesus. We'll need to... Sasme is on the bench as a central defender. I also have... Marquinhos is a central defender as well, so he can come onto the bench. Marquinhos is another young player who will be getting... Oh my good God, I don't like doing these. Favourites and should be winning this match comfortably. No, I don't want to tell him that. We've put ourselves in a position to win the title. I thought we were good enough to win with victory in our next match. Go out there and get it wrapped up. I want to be more encouraging than that. We've worked hard all season. Yeah, that's probably... Marcos is a bit dubious, probably because he hasn't worked hard all season. But I thought that was a better option than what the assistant said. Do I have any players in the top best? No, nowhere near it. Redondo becoming a super player. Absolutely love him. Fernando Redondo was his dad, yeah. He's just become such a good player. He was a 2.5 star when I brought him in a year ago. And now he's become 4-star within this team. His influence in the team is huge. Atletico Mineiro playing here. Yeah, Golanese. That'll be a tough game for them. If they don't get the points here, if they lose, the title's ours. But I suspect they'll win. But if they lose, and that's a tough game against Golanese. There's no email that we've won the title. Oh, they beat them quite comfortably 4-0, that's why. So they can still go to 81 points. We just need 1 point. Our goal difference is so far ahead of them. 1 point will be enough. And I don't want to lose against Botafogo. I don't think I've ever lost against them before. And we're expected to win this. We are at home. I'm going to play positive. I'm going to take the game to them early on. There's no reason why we shouldn't. The only one thing I would worry about is the counter-press. I don't feel we're a good counter-pressing team. These results mean nothing. This one is the one that means something. He wants to play balance, but I can't play any higher up. I've no idea what he means by that. We've got a much higher defensive line, and we've got a high press. I don't know how much further we can go up the pitch. I'm not quite sure what he means by that, but he does say it. He does say it quite a lot. Let's have a quick look at these two. I want to close him down, I think. He has a good, decent long shot on him, so we'll put him on his left foot. And this boy is a bit of a nuisance, can be a bit of a nuisance. I'm just going to put him on his left foot for now. Doesn't look like he's going to pose too much of a threat. And put him on his left foot. And put him on his right foot. Now, there's not much point. So they're a team that we should be beating. I'm quite happy with the team. We'll check. We have a left wing back and a right wing back. Naldi, did he play well enough to keep his place? We've also Perez. I need better performances from them today. This game will either win us the title tonight or we'll have to wait. I hope it's not going to be Botafogo. Let's give the fans a title party at the end of the game. I'll go along with that. And let's get out there and let's win this game. We are good enough to beat this team, and we should be beating this team. They've all had a rest for a week, so should be fit and raring to go. Redondo's back in the team. And hopefully this is going to be the 3 points that takes us clear and title winners. Naldi, need a better game from you today. Oof, bullet header from Redondo. But just not on target. I'm just going to keep an eye on this press. If they're finding it too easy to play out from the back, there's no point in doing it. And it just looks like we are running back and forth across the pitch, and they're just passing around us. So it was one of the things I worried about. And all it's doing is sapping energy, and I don't think there's any need to do it. Nicely done. I thought that was a foul myself, but nicely done. Come on, Kumalo. Big game from you as well. You're a big game player. There he is. Kumalo. Oh, what happened? Was that offside? No way. No way was that offside. I'm going to come off the counter press because I don't think we do it very well. And I don't think this is a team that we should be doing it against. I think they're probably going to play it long anyway. Hi, David. Good to see you again. That's not a great pass, but he did well. Come on, boys. Come on, you got this. Bit lucky, Cipriano, but we can make something of it. Lovely pass. Oh, he didn't quite get hold of it quickly enough. First time would have been better. So Cipriano, again, is making an absolute menace of himself out here. That's why I've got both those wing backs on attack. They're playing like wingers. Looking at their position, they're playing as wingers. So there's like 7 players, 6 or 7 players getting onto the edge of the box. And I'm just relying on those 3 central defenders to do a good job. Come on, boys. These guys are nothing. We've never lost to them. So this is not the day you want to be losing to Botafogo. This is the day you should be winning the title. Kamalo's tiny and he won that in the air. How did that happen? Go on, go on. How can we push this team higher up? I can see what he means, but I don't think I can get any higher up the pitch. We're about as high up the pitch as we can get. Even got step up more on there. Just stop the crosses. So I can see what he means. He wants us to get higher up the pitch, but how? I wonder what would happen, what he would do if I clicked that instruction that he gave. It is a long pitch. I'm looking at this and it is a very long pitch that we are playing on. Sometimes the pitch will look extremely long. And Kamalo injured. No, no way. I think he's probably going to need to come off, Kamalo. That's not the news I was hoping for, although he's getting better. I think, though, with his hand, possibly. One thing for sure there, but Kamalo didn't need to use his hand. I'm just wondering how they are attacking us. And Kamalo does need to come off. So let's take Kamalo off. That's a blow. My main man. Perotti is injured, isn't he? No, he's okay, so Perotti can come on. Does he... What's he... Yeah, he can play as a DLF. He's good enough to do that. But we need to buck up. And this team needs to be told to buck up. This is not what I want. More. I want more. I want a goal, boys. I want that goal. This is the title we're talking about here. Let's just have a look. Yeah, it's just not enough at the moment. Just not enough. We need that extra 2 points. Need that extra 2 points. Gotta get it. Come on. Galazaro, free kick. We don't score from many from free kicks. Could be that they're just not great free kick takers. Or it could be that my set piece coach is rubbish. Could be both. But we don't really score many from free kicks. And very few from corners as well. Just deadly from open play though. Go on, that's it. Nicely done. Go on, Pineda. Oh, he's lost it. It does seem to me there is a huge difference in the pitch size to the one we just played on. There's a lot of space between the edge of the penalty box and the halfway line. Cipriano is the danger man down here. He has been last game as well. Oh, what a chance. Put your foot out. Stick your leg out, Pineda. At the moment, it's pretty even, Stevens, in terms of where the game is being played. It's fairly even in terms of chances created. Pineda, Cipriano is getting loads of space down here. I think we need to use him. We need to get the ball to him. One even Beckham. Oh my God. You'd think he'd have got one or two. Well, we are knocking on the door, but at the moment we just can't get that goal. We're just knocking on the door. And there it is! Pineda! Is that the goal that will win the title? Or is that the one that will start us on the way to winning the title? Perhaps there'll be more. But that's the one you need. The first one. Pineda, finally, because he's been a bit quiet of late, finally shows what he can do. 1-0. And that will mean the title. Hold on to this result now. And I'm going to go back to balanced. I'm going to try and hold on to it. They have to come out and get us now. So we'll take a few less risks. They are passing it around quite well though, aren't they? I was thinking they'd make a lot more mistakes and our trigger press would manage to take the ball off them. And there was an example of how we were able to take the ball off them. But they're not making as many mistakes as I thought they might. They're playing well. Let's have a look who is playing well. Nobody really. Nobody's really causing us any bother at all. Nobody's scoring well. This fullback's having a torrid time against Cipriano. So nobody's really. Naldi is playing particularly well for a change. So I want the team to get the ball to him. So I'm going to make him a DLP on support. Hopefully the team will get the ball to him now. We'll look for him, because he's creating all the chances. Him and Cipriano. But it's no, it's Galazaro. Galazaro has made it 2-0. Are we going to win the title? Oh boy, it's been so long. We've lost so many big games this year that winning here tonight will just make all that worthwhile. 2-0. Come and get us, Botafogo. Yeah, it was Stefan. There were a number of things that they brought in that I haven't been that impressed with, to be honest, Stefan. The intermediaries I've been definitely unimpressed by. I still can't sell players, and in fact I think it's been made even harder, as the intermediary always comes back and says, sorry, nobody's interested at the moment. It's always, every time. So I'm not quite sure why they've not been effective. Set pieces I would have liked. There have been some really nice goals from set pieces that we've never seen before in FM. The passes, the 2-3 passes across the box and stuff like that. They do happen. But in terms of its overall performance... Oh, come on. Who was that? Perotti. Even I could have scored that, Perotti. I'm looking at our shape, which is absolutely delightful at the moment. We're absolutely perfectly positioned. Things are going well, but you're capable of even better. And we'll leave it at that. Yeah, absolutely, Tails. That was, like, I never used to do it, and it always used to cost me. I mean, who could be bothered to go into set pieces 15 minutes left and change your and change all your players over at the set piece? I couldn't, and it cost me loads of goals. Now it's great, you don't have to do that. Although I've never really... Referee, send him off. Just a yellow. I've never really got into set pieces this year. When I'm on holiday, that's maybe something that I will look at. My two best players, Cipriano and Naldi. Absolutely brilliant. Penalty ref. I think he's giving a penalty. Redondo was being held down. And he's telling the crowd, see, hold in. I love the animation sometimes. Penalty awarded. Redondo convinced VAR. It should be him. Oh no, it's Perotti. Are you having a laugh? He's having a terrible game. But that was easy. It's now 3-0. And I think we are going to pick up the trophy here today. I can't see them coming back from this. They've been just soundly beaten. And that was a decent penalty as well. Just waited for the goalkeeper to move and then just calmly slotted it in. So we can do something now with one of the wing backs. We'll put Perez on support. He doesn't need to be so aggressively attacking anymore. Galazara can probably come back to a support duty as well. Oh, Perotti. So we'll put Galazara on a support duty as well. Yeah, absolutely, Tails. I was like dreadful last year at not adjusting that. Cost me a lot of goals. Come on, Naldi. Pinpoint cross. Not to be this time. He's had a stunning game, Naldi. Galazara has played well. And they really haven't. They've 2 key passes in the whole game. And defensively, again, nicely cleared up. Solid as a rock at the back. Chance. Come on, boys. Chance. Must be Redondo. Oh. Good save. Good save. I have no idea how my assistant works that out. Because I haven't seen him doing any crosses. So I don't know how he works that out. And they're playing with more caution, but it's too late for them because Galazara has made it 4-0. And we don't lose to Botafogo. And we are not going to lose today. Absolutely stunning victory. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I hadn't noticed that, but all the highlights do seem to be from set pieces. It's not usual, although in the last game, the opposition did have a horrendous amount of free kicks, but I haven't noticed it overall, so it might be a good spot you've made there, Alcorte. I might have to keep an eye on that. Perez has got another yellow card. You nutcase. Time to substitute Perez then. Some of these players need resting. Perez on a yellow again. Redondo on a yellow. So we shall replace them. Flamenco can come on. Redondo, who's had a really good game, just back after injuries. Maxi Alves can come on for him. Get rid of those yellow cards. They always scare me to death. They've really not produced anything new. And here's another one. Yeah, you're right. Another set piece highlight. What's going on in this game? And there's another set piece coming up as well. This is really quite interesting. You've got me looking at it now. I suppose you could argue that everything in football comes from a set piece of one kind or another. Oh, who was that? That was Maxi Alves. What a strike. But yeah, you're right. There are so many set piece highlights, but I don't mind. I'll take them. We're 3-0 up and we are winning the title. We've totally dominated this half. There's no way back from 4-0. So I think I can make another couple of changes very, very soon. Galazara, he needs to come off, I think. He didn't come off in the last game. Pineda probably as well. That was almost a penalty, was it? Cipriano got away with one there. That's a good move. Oh, lucky boys. Keep that clean sheet. Right, 3 more changes. Galazara needs a break. David can come on here. Pineda probably needs to come off. So Kardec can play. Kardec can play. Probably his last game. I'm going to play him as a playmaker. And then... Go. No, that's it. We're all done. So come on, boys. See this game out now. Let's not let them back in. My assistant told me they're playing with more caution. They look like they're attacking a lot more. I don't know about caution. So what I'm going to do, they're going to play more direct now, I think. So I'm going to drop my defensive line down a little bit. Come off the trigger press. And then I'm just going to reduce the tempo, shorter passing, start wasting time. And that should do it, hopefully. Another highlight from a set piece. I suppose if it's comprehensive highlights, then it will probably always start from a set piece, won't it? Because when you're in key highlights, sometimes it just starts in the middle of the field and you don't know why it's starting there. So I guess everything's going to start from a set piece somewhere. I haven't noticed it. I'm going to keep an eye on it, though. 10 minutes to go. 4-0. Let's see that trophy being picked up. Those are the set pieces that we never used to see in FM23. Always just put them into the box in FM23, but that was nice. And it is good to see as part of the game. Because set pieces, they are Premier League clubs are trying all sorts of strange things from set pieces, especially free kicks. Go on, make it 5. Let's really win this title. Make it 5, boys. I think we can probably bring Cipriano back a little bit now. Doesn't need to be going so far forward. He's like playing as a winger out there. But also, Flamenco is playing as a winger out here, and he's on a support duty as well. But those three are outstanding. Marcos is still only 20. He's going to be a very good player, and we can see we've totally dominated the game now. And box to box and the deep line forward are a little bit close, but not to worry. We're on the way. We're on the way to a trophy. Nicely done. Push him back. Go on, referee. We'll have the full-time whistle now. They can't get back into this game. We are winning the title. It's all over bar the shouting. Who'd be a football manager? Absolutely. I wasn't sure what to expect, Stefan, in the last 2 games. You never know with FM, but we've been absolutely outstanding in both games, and I'm really happy now. We've struggled this season to win trophies. We've just not been quite good enough, but it's nice to win the title now. Will it show the trophy lift? Yes, it will. Because sometimes if you win it early, it doesn't show it. But here we are, champions of Brazil. What a performance. Absolutely stunning stunning performance. Another trophy in the cabinet. And that makes it now 17 trophies, I think, all told, in this journey. This is, I think, our 17th trophy. I'll have to check, but I think it's number 17. The Pyrenees Cup was number 16, and this season is number 17. Brilliant performance. Deserved champions, I think. We had such a good start to the season that we're not going to get caught after that. Absolutely brilliant. We are champions. Absolutely brilliant. And there it is. Confirmation that we cannot be caught. And that, having come third last season, it's absolutely brilliant to finish the season in style. We still have 3 games to go. They're of no particular value. Just really looking now to the transfer window. But as you know, in Brazil, there is no peace for the wicked, because 2 weeks after the season ends, we go again. And they all have to be fit and ready to go 2 weeks into pre-season. And I hope that that's going to be enough now for players to stay and build on that. It's been an interesting season. We've won the championship, the Serie A, by a street. In the cup, Pyrenees Cup, we won it. The Libertadores was disappointing, knocked out in the quarterfinal. I thought we could win that. And runners-up so disappointing in the cup competitions overall, but the league is the one that you need. And we've done well. We are crowned champions. And we have done it. Whew! Trophy number 17. And I'll see out the rest of the season, and we'll give the players a couple of weeks off. Hey, Eric, good to see you. We'll give the players a couple of weeks off, and then they'll be at it again in the Pyrenees Cup. We are expected to win that, so it's up from the get-go. And I've got to do some transfer business as well. Thanks for coming, guys. We are the champions, and you saw it there with me. And what a performance it was in both games. A very, very proud manager. That's why we play the game. All the tough times that we have, sometimes it goes right. So I'm going to say good night for tonight. Get back to bed, and still trying to get rid of this cold. And I'll get back to bed. Try to see this cold off as well. And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow night for Juventus. And see what we can do with Juventus. And we'll be back in a couple of days with the beginning of the Pyrenees Cup with Coritiba and the beginning of the transfer window. So for now, take care, guys. Good night. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we will see you on Wednesday. Have a good night.